Hello students, today we're going to be talking about commands in the Usted and the Ustedes forms. What are commands? Commands are sometimes called the imperative. Now we have already been talking about something that is called the indicative or the present tense, but the imperative is something that is different than that. Commands are direct. They have no qualifiers like there are in the subjunctive. So a command would be like, clean your room. That's direct. It tells me exactly what you want me to do. The subjunctive is a little bit softer than that. It says, I hope that you clean your room. So notice that this first part is missing. That's what it means when it says they have no qualifiers. Also, commands can be either negative or positive. We sometimes use those signs, math signs, to talk about the difference between negative and positive signs. So a negative command would be like, don't eat that sandwich or don't read that story, versus a positive command where it would say, eat that sandwich or read that story for homework. Also, the subject is implied in your command based on the type of command that you choose. There are 5 different types of commands. We have the tú, usted, vosotros, ustedes, and nosotros. We're going to be talking about usted and ustedes together because they match closely and they go with what we're currently learning. We're going to not talk about the nosotros, and we'll probably talk a little bit about the nosotros form of the verb. So vosotros we're going to skip because they use that only in Spain, and the nosotros we'll touch on just lightly. In this video we're going to focus on usted and ustedes commands. So when you see that UD, it's the shortened form of usted. The UGS is the shortened form of ustedes. To form an usted or an ustedes command, you use the subjunctive of the verb in question. So that would mean that we would start with our yo form, that we would drop the O, and that we would add our opposite ending. So for an usted command, they're either going to end in E or A. For an ustedes command, they're going to end in EN or AN. Some examples. We have the verb hablar. If we're talking about usted commands, notice we're ending in E, just like an usted verb or an A, as well as our ustedes verbs. Notice we have our EN and our AN, and that they're on the opposite endings. Now you try it. You take these 5 verbs and you turn them into usted commands and the ustedes commands. As you can see, we have estudié and estudien, tome and tomen, baile and bailen. Notice that pensar is a stem changer, as is dormir. If you want to add it to a command, you have to remember your direct object pronouns. Do you remember them? That was what we did when we asked who or what after the verb. So we said, I ate chocolate. I ate what? I ate chocolate. Our DOPs look like this. These are the ones that we don't use very often. And then down here we had our lo, la, los, and las. And these are the ones that we're going to use most often for it or them. When it's singular, it's it. When it's plural, it's them. So, what if you want to use it with commands? If you want to say, take it, for example, we have tomar la pastilla. So the first step is to fix the command. We fix the command and we say, tome la pastilla. If we want to replace la pastilla, we have to decide lo, la, los, or las. Singular, feminine, we choose la and we attach it right to the end of the verb. Then we count back 3 vowels and we add in our accent over the O. Another example, we have leer las instrucciones. We're going to replace the las instrucciones with las because they're plural. So I get léelas. I attach it to the end, I count back my 3 vowels, and I add my accent. That helps us keep the pronunciation of the verb correct. Now it's your turn, so you need to use your vocab, decide whether you're going to use lo, la, los, or las. Okay. And then pay attention to whether we're asking for an usted or an ustedes command. Here are your answers. Notice that I counted back my 3 vowels and that I added my accent. Same here, here, and here. What if the commands are negative? What if you're telling someone not to do something? Then the direct object pronoun gets sandwiched between the no and the commands. I might say something like, no lo bebas. I'm saying, don't drink it, and the it comes in the middle. You cannot simply attach the DOPs to the end of a negative command. Negative commands, the DOP comes in the middle of the command, I guess you would say. So here are some examples. No la compré, no lo llevan, no la rompa, and no lo beban. Notice that my DOPs come in the middle in all of them. Now it's your turn. Make sure that you pay attention to whether it's usted or ustedes. Here are your answers. Notice that we have our DOP coming in between, sandwiched between the no and the verb. So, to recap what we just talked about, in order to make usted and ustedes commands, we use the present subjunctive. Positive commands get the it, or the DOP, attached to the end of the command, and negative pronouns sandwich the it between the no and the command. Please make sure that you have taken your notes. You can expect to have a note check tomorrow. Have a good night.